What is up, everybody? My name is Hyken, and this is the HK Gaming Mira S. We're reviving. Bro, I'm a god! Let's get into it, shall we? This is a super lightweight ambidextrous mouse, clocking in at 61 grams according to the box, but it's a little higher than that according to my scale, which says 63 grams. In the box, you get the mouse, a dust cover, rubber grips, an extra set of white PTFE feet, and a manual. I got this on Amazon for $50. They also just launched a ton of new colors, so I'm sure that you'll find something that looks great with your setup. Also, one more thing to note, my specific copy of the mouse that I have in person here is one of the older batch. I ordered this at the beginning of July, right before they released all the new colors and some updates to the mouse. I will make sure that I mention all of these when we get there in the review. Build quality is pretty good here. There is a little bit of scroll wheel rattle, but that's not really something that's going to mess you up during gaming. But this is one of the things that was fixed with the newer batch of mice, according to my friends over at Hardware Unplugged. I'll leave a link to their channel down in the description below. They have one of the newer copies of the mice and were kind enough to help me out with telling me what the updates were. There is a little bit of creaking when you put pressure on the shell, but I really wouldn't say that it's anything concerning. There's not really any bend or anything like that either. It all feels really sturdy despite the lightweight. I don't really love the coating on here. If the lighting hits it just right, you can see some finger oil, but this really isn't too bad. Overall, I would say that there's really nothing here build quality-wise that raises any red flags for me. The cable on this mouse isn't my favorite. It's a paracord-style braided cable, so it glides across your mouse pad and your desk really well, but it's pretty stiff. I think that this mouse would definitely be a great candidate for a paracord, and that's something that you can easily do as there is an extra set of mouse feet in the box. So you'll need to take those off in order to get to the screws, but then you'll have the extra set to put on when you're done. However, this cable did receive some updates in the new batch of mice, so expect a cable that's a little bit thicker and a lot less rigid. Speaking of the feet, these white PTFE feet really aren't my favorite. I'm not sure if it's a part of the plastic shell scratching along my mouse pad or if it is part of the feet, but something there is just scratchy. And as an arm aimer who uses a low sensitivity, I definitely feel it because I am doing a ton of mouse movement. It just feels a little bit scratchy. That's really the only way that I can describe it. By no means is this a terrible glide, but there's definitely a little bit of scratch and resistance that I feel there. I'm told by the guys over at Hardware Unplugged that this isn't as much of an issue on the newer copies of the mice, so this point isn't as relevant anymore, but again, I'm just reviewing the copy of the mouse that I got. Before we go any farther, if you're enjoying the video, I would really love it if you could hit that like button and that subscribe button. Maybe even consider turning on notifications as well. Also, I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at about noonish West Coast time. We play Apex Legends, we unbox some cool tech, and yeah, we have a good time, so feel free to check that out. The shape of this mouse is actually really nice. I'll put the measurements up on the screen for you right now if you care about exact measurements. This is a smaller mouse, so it'll work great for claw grip or fingertip grip, or even if you have small to the smaller side of medium hands, this will work fine for palm gripping as well because of the way that this shape is just really well curved. I have medium-sized hands personally, and all three grips work great for me. Left and right click feel really nice. These are Omron switches rated for 50 million clicks, so you know you're going to get a lifetime of use out of these. And there is also fairly minimal pre-travel on these main mouse buttons as well. The thumb buttons also feel really crisp. There's a little bit of pre-travel on the front one, but the back one definitely has a bit more. Scroll wheel tension feels nice, as does the click, and again, that scroll wheel rattle should be fixed on the newer copies of this mouse. And then of course we do have a DPI button on top that you can remap to other functions in the software. Let's go ahead and roll a sound test for all of these mouse buttons. Sensor performance from this PMW 3360 was fantastic, as you would expect from this sensor. Flick shots all felt great, tracking felt great, no spinouts, no issues. Another fantastic performance by the sensor, I guess. This will also feel even better on the newer copies of the mouse, as those scratchy mouse feet issues that I pointed out earlier should be fixed. In the software, you can remap button functions, change your DPI settings. You can also set the lighting effects to a solid color or just an RGB cycle effect, or even turn the lighting off if you hate fun. You can also change various mouse performance settings like sensitivity, scrolling speed, double click speed, lift-off distance, and debounce time. You also can change the polling rate. 1000 Hz worked great for me. You also have 3 profiles to take advantage of. Really, the only thing that I'm missing is more lighting effects. All you can really do is a solid color or the RGB cycle effect, and it's 2020. You're gonna get outclassed in the RGB department by just about everything if you can really only throw those 2 effects in. Overall, this is a pretty solid mouse for $50, and a lot of the issues that I had with it, such as the cable, the scratchy scroll feet, and the scroll wheel rattle, should all be fixed in the newer copies of the mouse. So if you think that this shape will work for you, you really can't go wrong with your $50. This is a super great option for a lot of people, especially because it allows so much flexibility with your grip too. It isn't very often that I get a mouse where I would recommend palm grip, claw grip, and fingertip grip all in one, and you get that with this mouse if your hands are the right size. So yeah, definitely check this mouse out. There will be an Amazon affiliate link down in the description below that will basically send me a small commission at no extra cost to yourself, so that I can keep continuing to fund these videos. Also, I did just launch a Teespring store, not selling merch with Hyken on it because I don't really think anybody would wear it, but it's called 2030 Designs, and there are some pretty cool shirts down there, so feel free to check that out as well. Alright everybody, that's going to go ahead and do it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to hit that like button and that sub button on your way out, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace! Okay. $11. It still works.